Hello, citizens, and welcome back. This is our match reaction to Crystal Palace 1, Man City 0 in the FA Cup. Look, I've had a bad weekend. Don't really care, so I'm just going to get into it. Yeah, let's go. So look, Pep. Yeah, do you know what? I am so sick of Pep. I want him gone. I said Christmas I wanted him gone. I don't think he can fix this team. I think it's done. You know, the guy's an absolute joke at times. Yeah, he knows what to do when things are winning. He knows, when he implements a system and things are going well. But when things are poor, when the team are poor and the team are not performing, you got so many people off form, he doesn't have a fucking clue what he's doing. He is an absolute joke at times, an absolute fraud. And I tell you, that lineup yesterday, it baffles me that he makes these weird goddamn decisions that he's not done all season, and he does things on the weirdest situations at the weirdest times. We've seen in the Champions League over the years. We saw him throw out random formations, random lineups. He brought Sterling back into the fucking Champions League final against Chelsea. He mixed things up for that one, said he overdid it, and then he goes to do the next bloody season and the next season after that. I mean, I'm for one. I think it's disgusting that we've not won at least 3 Champions Leagues with him, because we should have done, because we cleared the path for ourselves and we did the right things for several years, and then he goes and screws something over, like the Real Madrid semi-final a few years ago when he took off all our fucking strikers. He did it just last year as well when he took off De Bruyne and Haaland going into extra time. I mean, the craziness of it. And the FA Cup is no goddamn different. This time around, he throws on a Kanji who's been injured for months, not been playing him. He switches the defence up when things are going slightly better for us. I know we're still getting caught on counter-attacks, team that defend low. We couldn't beat Southampton, statistically the second worst team ever in the Premier League, and we couldn't even score against them. We haven't scored against Palace. That's 2 full games now without goal, and we don't look like scoring at all ever again. We could have been playing Crystal Palace for another 5 hours. We wouldn't have scored against that bag of shit, because we're worse. We are so bad. And I can't still sit in the Champions League either, because Bournemouth are going to turn us over on Tuesday, because we won't score in that game at all. They'll hit us on the counter-attack and they'll score their first shot and only shot. We got Fulham the weekend. We're not beating them. I'm just so sick of watching this team at the moment. So sick of it. Like I said, I've had a bad weekend. It's not even football related, but it's such a bad weekend, and I just don't give a fuck about him. And I want him gone. Try something else. I don't even care if we don't win anything. We've not won anything this season. I don't care if we don't win anything next season. I just want a change, because I'm sick of us switching things up. And one bizarre thing they did, don't get me wrong, I wanted Savinho and Doku to start. I think that was the right move to do. Mamouche, Haaland, he did everything right I said in the preview. He must have watched my match preview, because that was the midfield I laid out. That was the front 5 I laid out from that he should have gone with. Except with one key difference, that Bernardo shouldn't have been in there, and it should have been Kovacic as well. And then when we do play with these fast players, right, and teams sit that low, what happens is, we just push up to the halfway line. So we fall into the same traps that we always do. So the thing we've been doing for the last few seasons, since Pep's been there, is push up to the halfway line, control possession. We don't need pace, because everyone's camped inside their own box, which is what Palace did yesterday, which is what Southampton did, which is what most teams do. Arsenal did it against us at the Etihad. They camp in their own box and they hit us on the break, because we're in the halfway line with no pace at all whatsoever back there. So what does Pep do? He brings on all these fast players. He puts on Savinho, Doku, Mamouche, Haaland, whatever. Brings on, he plays them from the start. But instead of sitting back a little bit deeper, so there's actually a bit of space for them to work in, so there's space for us to counter-attack teams every now and then, he does the same old crap. So he throws on all these fast players, but expects them to play like full technical players, like we've had, over the years, like Bernardo and De Bruyne and Ford, those people who work in them tight spaces. These quick players who love space in front of them, who love running onto the ball, not ball to feet, love running onto it, and who love crosses as well, like Haaland, and just playing tiki-taka football. So yeah, he changes the players, but he doesn't change the system. He doesn't change the tactics or anything like that to get the best out of them. We've seen him kill Grealish, because I think Grealish is a great player. He's killing him. He's killing Doku for me. He's killing Savinho, and they should also be swapped as well on the other sides. And it's just infuriating. He's killing Haaland as well. I've been saying this. I know Haaland broke the goals record in his first season. He did all right last season. He's got another 30 goals this year, whatever. But he would do so much better in a better team if he was in like Liverpool or Arsenal or teams like that, teams who actually counter-attack. Liverpool in particular, if he played for Liverpool, he'd be banging in 50 Premier League goals a season. I'm telling you, because the way they attack and the way they attack with speed, because everyone in the Premier League, apart from us and apart from Arsenal, because Arteta thinks he's Pep, is teams, we build up so slowly. And even when we counter-attack, whenever there's space in front of us, we have to slow it down. We have to stop. We have to go sideways. We have to go backwards. It's fucking nonsense. I'm sick of it. Just sit the defense a little bit further back. Just change something, And then in the second half, he brings on the new young guy that we've just signed. He's not played him since we've had him. He's had no interest. He's had no minutes of football. And then his debuts to throw him on in the last 10 minutes of the FA Cup final. Fucking joke. I know he had a shot on target that Henderson saved. But bloody hell, that it just baffles me. It's so bizarre, Kuznetsov, our best defender, for me, best defender. I know he had a bad time against Chelsea. I was at that game. It was disastrous, but he turned it around. He's been fantastic since. Leaving him out in the dark as well. Oh my God, Pep. I want him gone. I absolutely despise what he's doing this season. And it all comes to his ego as well. And yeah, he's got a right to be egotistical. We won the treble a couple of years ago. We won 4 league titles in a row. We've won trophy after trophy after trophy. His career, it's ridiculous, isn't it? There probably isn't a better manager, but his ego stops him from adapting because his way is best. When he imprinted it on the Premier League and every single team was trying to play our way, it was working because he had the players to do it and he was the one that was setting the benchmark. But now everyone's switched it up a little bit and hitting you with pace and putting quick balls into the box, because one of the things that make De Bruyne so special is that he puts balls into the box so fast. He doesn't mess about. It's just first time, whip it in, whatever, whip in the pass first time. He doesn't take an extra touch like O'Reilly did with that half chance that he had that he should have just whacked with his right foot, but he had to take another 4 touches. Like Doku when he's doing his stupid foot flick thing. Just touch the ball, just hit it and go. Teams do that against us. They knock it past us, put it in the box, no mess about. And that's why Palace scored yesterday and we didn't, because we don't do that nonsense. Even when we've got the players that should do that, when he puts on fast plays, he doesn't use their pace. He doesn't change the tactics up to help them out a little bit. He just forces them to play that same goddamn way. So it doesn't matter if you're playing Doku or Grealish, or even if you're playing, I don't know, me on that left wing. We'd all play exactly the same way. Doku's going to play like me. He's just going to be a faster runner and probably better passer and shooter as well. But everyone's playing the same way. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't change. No matter who he brings on, nothing changes. Nothing. It's fucking nonsense. I've had enough of him. I want him gone. He should have walked last season. He's done great. He's fantastic. Whatever. Best manager ever. Move on. Give someone else a go. Let someone else change up. I wanted Flick a couple of years ago. Still, he's not going to come to us now. We should have got Alonso instead of letting Real Madrid get him. Thing's a joke. Absolute joke. And I've got nothing positive to say. That it's been a write-off, and I didn't think we'd beat Palace anyway. I think Palace are better than us. I think everyone's better than us. Like I said, we couldn't even score against Southampton, which is embarrassing. And you can go on all you want about Henderson should have been sent off, and he should have been sent off. That was a farce. How that's not been sent off. And if that happened to us, if that was Ortega that punched that ball away outside the box, we'd have been called cheats. We would have been called bribing the referee. Would have added to our charges. Nonsense, man. The whole thing from top to bottom. Joke. And this season, write it off. And I'm sick of it. And I don't think we're going to get Champions League football. I'm glad we're not going to get Champions League football, because maybe it helps us rebuild in the Europa League next year, because we've seen what a joke that competition is of United and Tottenham being in. United are going to have Champions League football and win a trophy this season. And we're not going to get either of those things. And they've just finished in 16th. United, who finished 16th, are about to win a trophy because Tottenham are dire. They're going to beat them 4-0. They're going to win a trophy, get Champions League football. And we're going to be in the Europa League with nothing against a team that finished 16th. That is how bad this season has gone. And Pep has not fixed it from the moment it started going wrong. Not fixed it at all. He's just done the same crap over and over and over again. He just puts wingers at fullback and hopes for the best. Oh my God. And Haaland as well, passing the ball to Marmoush. It shows what kind of mentality he's got. I mean, who does that? I can't imagine any forward striker like Messi or Ronaldo or Shearer, even Aubameyang. No striker in the world. I wouldn't have passed that up. I played striker, not Haaland's level. No, it's Sunday League football. But I wouldn't have passed that penalty up either. And the thing's a mess.
The players look shot. They look done with it. And the thing is, it doesn't even get any better from here because straight from the season, we're going into the World Club Cup. And then we're going in straight into a Premier League after that. So we're not even getting a break. You know, it's just nonsense, the whole thing. Pep said he didn't want to leave because he didn't want to leave us in a mess. He's leaving us in a mess. He's absolutely leaving us in a mess. He's killing it. And the club are not helping as well. They're crap transfers. You know, their transfer windows have been bad. I said years ago on this channel, why are we selling Delap? He's an unbelievable player. You know, he's there for future. You know, it would have been a great understudy to Haaland, someone a bit different as well. And then he's going to be being sold for like 80, 90 million to United or some crap like that. Fucked it with him. You know, other players as well that we've seen go, like Palmer. You know, the whole transfer thing is just so bizarre to me. And the club need their head checking from top to bottom. They're too keen now on money. You know, they're screwing the fans over. You know, they're trying to take the Manx out of it. They don't want the local fans getting season tickets anymore. You know, they try to stop us getting into the new standard. They're building up as well. The club's in a shambles, man. They've lost their complete identity. Pep's too egotistical to fix things. His stupid 80-minute subs that do nothing as well. Bringing on a kid for his debut in the FA Cup final when he's refused to play him for the last 4 or 5 months. I mean, what the hell is he even doing? What is he doing? Letting De Bruyne go, and he's going to go to probably another Premier League team, and that's going to screw us over as well. You know, it's just... oh my God, it's just a mess. The whole thing's a mess. And like I said, I've got nothing positive to say about them. I've had enough. It's just been a terrible weekend. Fuck this team. Fuck Pep. Absolute fraud. And yeah, that's it. I'm done. I'm going to the Bournemouth game on Tuesday probably. I mean, things might change at the moment. Like I said, it's not been a great weekend. The things I need to do. But at the moment, I think I'm going on Tuesday. And fuck them. I don't even care. I'm just glad this season's over. I'm just glad. And I'm not even looking forward to next season as well. But at least when I go into next season, the only way it can get worse is if we end up in 16th, like 9. But even then, we might win the Europa League. Because if we don't win that, that's a farce. Because that competition's a farce. So, yeah. I mean, that's about it. That's it. That's my rant. Done, dusted. Get Pep out. Get him gone. Want him gone. Thanks for everything. Been great. Best manager ever. You know, we saw the best English team ever. You're done. You don't know what you're doing. You can't fix it. And yeah, your ego's getting in the way. So yeah, City, get me on your match day experience and I'll rip the whole team apart. You know, instead of these fake fans that you get on there, you know, these ex-former players going on about this and that and everyone too positive. Sick of it. So sick of it. Bollocks. And bollocks to this club as well for what you're doing to the fan base. Disgusting. You know, we get so much shit for their crap. It's unbelievable. And yeah, the Bournemouth last game of the home season, last game at home for the season, De Bruyne's last game, I'd guarantee that's going to be like half empty, that ground that night, you know. And the club deserve worse, to be honest. They do deserve worse. They don't deserve the fan base they've got, you know. And you can say we've got no fans all you want, but you know the local fans, the Manc ones that've been with them through all the divisions, are more loyal than anything, you know. These Toys fans are not. And they're not going to come next season because there's nothing to play for. There's nothing in. We're not going to win anything. So, yeah, club have lost out massively. So, joke. Anyway, have fun. Enjoy. Yeah, hit like, hit subscribe. See you soon. Bye-bye.